Welcome, guys. We finally sorted through all the chaos, and we're here for the first ever Instagram NFL draft. I'm joined by Tim Hot Takes and John Perry, both of their respective accounts. I guess Tim from Tim Hot Takes and John Perry, JWP Football on Instagram. Very fast growing accounts. So give them a follow. This is going to be posted on Tim Hot Takes YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to him. He's doing me a big favor by doing this. Really appreciate it, Tim.
Yeah, thank you for, bringing me in on this, even though I'm not, one of the pickers. I'll be analyzing all the picks and just, giving them grades, giving my thoughts. So I'm looking forward to it for sure.
And John, thanks for joining us as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this plays out, and let's have some fun tonight, boys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what some of the participants do. So essentially what we did, I reached out to 32 teams, and I brought on 32 different NFL representatives on Instagram, some of the biggest for their team. We definitely have a stacked field. I think combined followers, we are close to 900,000. So we have a lot of people possibly tuning into this. So we have a ton of fun setting this up. I don't think I mentioned before, I'm all CFB Network on Instagram. Give us all a follow. We'd really appreciate it. We put a lot of time into this, and I'm really excited to see what we do.
I'll drop everybody's in the description as well. So
perfect. Yeah, drop us a follow. And without further ado, we're going to jump from the pre-draft coverage to the actual draft itself. Just want a little introduction. We'll see you at the draft. Welcome to the first ever Instagram NFL draft. Today we got 32 of the biggest NFL accounts in the entire industry, and they're here. They're about to make their picks 1 through 16 tonight, 17 through 32 tomorrow. We already got some big-time trades. We will inform you of those as the day goes on. My host with me, Tim from Tim Hot Takes.
How's it going?
And John Perry from JWP Football.
What's up, guys?
Make sure to go give them follows. We will make sure we put all the host name. We'll put all the we'll make sure you know who's picking when they've come up. Go give everybody a follow. We all worked really hard on this, as chaotic as it is. But I'm not going to delay. Let's hop right into it. I'm ready to go. The Instagram NFL draft is officially open. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock for 5 minutes. So we can go ahead and
just when you're ready to make your pick, just unmute yourself and announce your pick. Name, position, and then school.
All right. So Bengals_NFL on Instagram, and the pick is in. The first overall pick in the Instagram community mock draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback out of LSU.
Wow.
All right. There we go. First surprise of the day. No, I'm kidding.
No surprise there. Pretty bread and butter. We knew what was going on.
Yeah, I give this an A. I mean, you can't miss, I don't feel like, on Joe Burrow.
He's the future.
Right. And, hometown kid basically in Cincinnati there. So, yeah, I like the pick.
Was there, Braden, was there any deliberation here?
No, not at all. This has been my guy since October, really. He came on my radar after the Texas game, kept a close eye on him as he throughout the season. He just kept improving. He kept just having these insane stats and these insane plays where he's going off script, and he's doing it consistently. So I knew pretty early on that he was going to be my favorite guy in the draft. So it was a great year to have the first overall pick and one of the easiest selections of this year's draft.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
I like it a lot.
And I think that was a really good pick. Don't have to think much about it. And Braden, thanks for coming on. Appreciate your cooperation. Glad to have you, and we'll make sure to touch base as the draft goes on.
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me to do this.
Absolutely. All right. So with the second pick, we have the Redskins, and you guys are officially on the clock. Hail to the Redskins. I am not sure if they are on here. Tim, could you?
Yeah, I'm here.
He is. All right.
Okay,
Jesse,
so yeah, you're on the clock.
Your 13th pick. First, I want to ask you: has anyone asked to trade for the pick?
I've not gotten any trade offers for the second overall pick, so
that should be a pretty easy pick for you, right?
Yeah, it makes the selection pretty easy. So with the second pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Chase Young, defensive end out of Ohio State.
Love it. Yeah, he's my top-rated player in this draft. I think he's going to be special. Definitely my early pick for defensive rookie of the year. That's a A+ pick for me. I don't think you can miss on Chase Young. He's just so dominant. Yeah, I love the pick. Redskins are lucky that Bengals need a quarterback, because if they didn't, they would have gone Chase Young number 1. So great pick for the Redskins. They have one of the best D-lines in football now, adding Chase Young to it.
Absolutely. This is the best pick of the draft. Can't really overthink it or anything. This is definitely who you need to go with. As a Redskins fan, love the pick. They're definitely the team that has the most probably the most problems in the organization. But I think Rivera and Del Rio know what they're doing. I'm really confident as a Redskins fan for the first time in a long time. So I think Chase Young's the surefire pick here. And if Haskins doesn't prove to be their guy, then we just follow on Trevor Lawrence, you know?
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, let's just keep this going. I say.
John, what do you think of that pick?
Well, yeah, unless anyone else has thoughts on that pick.
I really like the pick. He's going to bring a lot to the NFC East, and those quarterbacks are going to have to watch out for him. He's going to hit them hard.
Yeah, for sure. That's absolutely correct. So the Detroit Lions are now on the clock. Jesse, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah.
So Detroit Lions, are they in the chat? Are we going to run out of time on them and give the
they've
pick?
got themselves some 5 minutes here in order to get in here. Are they here?
All right. Well, we do have a trade to announce, the first of the night. We have the Dolphins trading up to number 4. They will acquire the 4th pick from the Giants in exchange for the 5th pick and additional picks, the number 70th pick in the 3rd round and the 153rd pick. So we have the Dolphins moving up 1 to get their guy. I'm really excited to see who their guy is.
That's interesting because I wouldn't have expected them to pull the trigger now, considering that the 3rd team is still on the clock. I would say I wouldn't have expected that, because now the Chargers, if they really want their guy, can move up. But if the Chargers want to stay put, then they'll be fine. I am surprised that the trade went through now.
Yep, they definitely jumped the gun.
I'm surprised the Giants didn't ask for one of Miami's other first-rounders in that deal.
What is this?
I would have definitely asked for it. We have a minute 30 off the clock, so they were going to get 3:30 left, so it's going to be interesting. And last time I checked, Detroit Lions has not been tuned into the chat for 55 minutes, so I think the time is going to run out on him. We're on jump to the Dolphins, and this has to be one of the craziest things. I mean, this happened in 2002 2003.
Yes. So what happens is basically the pick will get passed if they do run out of time. And then basically draft keeps on going. Everyone gets bumped up a spot until they put in their pick. So once their pick is in –
huge win.
Right. So, I mean, it means essentially then that if they keep falling, then
we will auto pick them at 16 if they keep falling. We're gonna give them 16, no less.
Okay, just for the sake of it, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But here the Lions should be targeting Jeff Okudah from the cornerback.
Yeah, that's who I would take if I was them. I'm sure they'll consider Isaiah Simmons as well, though.
A little bit of speculation has actually been around the Lions this draft. The Jaguars representative has reached out to him. So I think if that's the case, I think Jaguars might be targeting Tua or Justin Herbert. And if that's the case, they're a big wrench in the draft today. I think that'd make the Giants draft pick a lot more intriguing if we can see Jacksonville reach out to BVV Charlie over there. But I don't think he's willing to move down from 5.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Chargers and the Dolphins are going to end up getting their quarterbacks pretty easily. Not the drama we were hoping for, but maybe Jordan Love is the next quarterback to go after the 3.
Yeah, let's bring in, after waiting for the Lions front office to put in their pick, let's bring in Giants representative Charlie Custer here. Charlie, just tell us more about how that trade went for you guys, how the discussions went with the Dolphins, and what led you to move down a pick there.
So originally I was looking to make a move with Jacksonville, possibly get Yannick Ngakoue, but I decided not to. I tried to actually get a late second round pick from Miami, but they have their eyes on somebody in the second round. And I figured, I'm only moving back one spot, and they're probably going to get a quarterback, so I'll still be able to get my guy and get a third round pick that I don't have because we traded for Leonard Williams at the trade deadline. So that was really my mindset towards it. If it's only one spot and I'm still going to get my guy, I'm not going to need to get as much to
Right. And you know that Miami's coming up for a quarterback, so that makes sense. So let's see, you got 570 and 153, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And I do have a speculation what that trade was looking like for Jacksonville and Giants. Nkwa, the 9th overall, the 42nd overall, and the second round pick from the Rams in 2021 would head over to New York, whereas the Jags would have got the 4th overall and the 36th overall. I think that was a pretty fair trade overall. I think the Giants, you would have benefited a little bit more there. I don't think dropping down to 9 would have been too costly.
Yeah, if we look at the trade value chart, 4 and 5 are only 100 points away, and I believe out of that, Giants got 240 plus another.
And I'm gonna cut you off.
Plus
Tim,
another 29. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Tim, I'm gonna cut you off here. That's 5 minutes. Dolphins country. We'll jump the Detroit Lions here, and he's gonna be picking 3rd. So
wow.
I believe he's on the chat. So
already.
Okay, so wait. So just to be clear, so that means that Okuda's technically still on the clock, right?
Jeff Okudah is on the clock, and your time is started now.
Jeff Okudah is on the board because the Lions have passed their pick at the moment.
Okay. So basically, I'm picking 3rd, even though
you are now picking 3rd. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
You're the Dolphins, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you have the 3rd pick.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take Tua though. I don't need Okudah. I got 2 good corners, so.
Right. All right. Cool. So. With the 3rd pick, we've got Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama. Gavin,
was Herbert in play here?
He was in play, but I'm not gonna. I would personally rather take Tua. I think he's a better player than Herbert. It was just quarterback. I wasn't looking at Simmons or Okudah really. It was just one of these 2.
Did you see him taking the starting job heading into the season?
Not right away. Not right away. Not from Fitzpatrick. Not right away. I want to get him. I would rather do like a Bronco situation where they did with Drew Lock and kind of like if we're not in contention, then maybe bring him in later in the season. But I wouldn't start him right away. I don't think he should start right away. And I think Fitzpatrick being a veteran, it would be helpful if he played right away. Anyways, I mean, he's still got. He's old, but he actually played pretty well last year with the weapons we had. So I would go ahead and roll out Fitzpatrick next year. And if we're, a bottom feeder, then maybe we can get 2 out there for the last couple of weeks, like Drew Lock did last year.
Yeah, I mean, I like the pick. I'll give it a B plus, only because of the injury concern. That's the only reason. I really like Tua as well. But yeah, with especially not being able to check on the medicals with all that's going on, it's a tough pick. It's tough to know exactly where Tua is at. But his pro day footage looked good. He did look a little fatigued towards the end, but of course he's still recovering a lot. So it really looked good. But yeah, it's still a little unsure. But if he gets back to full health and he's able to stay healthy, then yeah, he can be a great player in this league for sure.
All right, so we're gonna bring over Chargers. We're gonna bring in BBV Giants, who's a representative for the Giants. He's gonna pick 4th because the Lions are a no-show. So what are we gonna do here, Charlie? We're gonna bring you across. You want to unmute yourself and jump in the chat?
Right. So yeah,
go ahead and announce your pick.
The way this works is that the Lions and Giants are both. So basically, from every pick going forward, the Lions will still be on the clock along with the team next.
They can pick any time.
Yes.
So I have a very big decision to make. I have 4 guys that I'm looking at right now. So I'm gonna need a minute or 2 to make this decision.
That's fine.
Okay,
yep. You still got 3:30 left on the clock.
You got the whole clock to use.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You also can trade down if you think you have time for that. We don't have to discuss details, but you can just – time is yours. But as we do this –
So, yeah, I mean, we can just talk about what we still like on the
There's
board.
also another trade that has gone through. We're going to go ahead and see the Cowboys pick today and not tomorrow. The Cowboys will be picking at number 14 in exchange for the Buccaneers' 17th pick, which I've been hearing rumblings is also on the move. So the Cowboys will be picking 14th today, and in exchange for the 17th pick and this year's third-round pick. And I can also confirm that the Chiefs will be trading up to 17, so they'll be the first pick of the draft tomorrow. And they'll be picking 17th. And however, the Chiefs are giving up their 32nd pick and left tackle Eric Fisher, the former first overall pick.
Wow.
So this is a shocker. This is the biggest trade we'll see all day. Don't know what the Chiefs are doing. Eric Fisher is a trademark on their offensive line. Losing him, or we don't see the Chiefs try to grab their next offensive lineman. I mean,
yeah, but why? When you have that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
That trade's not making sense, but we'll see what the Chiefs do. I mean,
so Tampa Bay still
they'll be picking 32.
Wow, they moved way back. Did they get any other picks or just Eric Flowers?
They got just Eric Fisher.
Sorry, Eric Fisher, my bad.
And they got the Cowboys' third-round pick.
Right, so that's 82. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think that's great maneuvering on the board from the Buccaneers, especially in getting
Charlie. You got a minute.
Especially
you got your pick.
I think that we're gonna make our pick here.
All right.
It's a very tough decision. But with the fourth pick now in this draft, the
fourth
New York Giants will be taking Isaiah Simmons, the defensive player from Clemson.
Interesting.
Plays everywhere.
Yeah, I'll start on this one. I'm gonna give it a B, because he's just an insane player, and he's gonna help that defense immediately, which has been pretty bad for many years. However, I would have preferred that they go O-line, the Giants. I think that after 2 years ago, you take a high pick on Saquon Barkley, second pick in the draft, sixth pick in the draft last year, you take a quarterback. I think you need to help those two up front because the O-line has been pretty poor as well. But again, Isaiah Simmons is a can't-miss player. That's why the grade isn't worse than it is. But it won't quite earn an A, but it will be a B. Isaiah Simmons is a good pick.
John, what do you think of this pick?
I like the pick. Very versatile player, and the Giants are kind of all over the place on defense. So I think that they need someone that can take control out there and come up with some big plays when needed.
Yeah, he flies around the field, so he'll be a playmaker for sure. Definitely, yeah. He's going to be an impact player right away.
So before we bring Jeff from Charger City on, he's at a minute into his allotted time. I'm going to say apparently the reason why Chiefs dealt Eric Fisher, salary cap reasons, that's the explanation we got. So we'll see what they have up their sleeve. Jeff, we're going to bring you on. You have minute 06 into your 5-minute clock. We have 2 more picks before we go to session 2 of day 1. I know it's really confusing. I apologize for how we're doing it, but we're not willing to pay for the $14 Zoom fee. Jeff, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Doing good.
I think we're all doing pretty good. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm not
this has
doing
been
as
pretty
good as
wild
I
so
would've
far.
wanted.
For the last, 2 picks, we've had 2 teams on the clock at the same time. So, I mean, this is getting interesting right here.
Yeah. I was a little upset at the selection of Isaiah Simmons. I was looking to grab him with now, I guess, the 5 pick. I was looking to beef up our defense and address a liability in our defense at linebacker position.
Before you make your pick, is Jeff Okudah on the clock here? I know you have Desmond Keene. I know you have Casey Hayward, but is he on the radar here?
No.
He's not. Well, if you know who you're picking, by all means, go ahead. You have 3 minutes still, so you have plenty of time to look for a trade if you'd like. But if not, the floor is yours.
Yeah. So with the 5th pick in the draft, I'm going to select QB Justin Herbert out of Oregon.
Wow.
Interesting.
Great pick.
John, it seems like you have an opinion here.
I'll let you go
please.
first because my opinion is going to be different. I'll let you say what you need to say first.
He's a winner. At the end of the day, He's been high on a lot of people's boards. Everyone loves him, from what I've been hearing. And he could be the guy to lead the Chargers. I don't see him starting. I see Tyrod taking it most of this season. But I think he's a great guy that can look up to Tyrod, and Tyrod's been that guy to show the younger quarterbacks how to succeed in the NFL. So I think it's a great pick.
I'm getting a little bit of rumblings right now. Looks like the Giants and the Falcons might be working on something.
Okay. Can I give my
yes,
spiel?
Tim, go ahead. We have the Panthers pick in.
I give this pick a C- because I think Justin Herbert can be a very good pro. I really do think he can be. I don't think he fits what Anthony Lynn wants to do in the Chargers offense. I think, Lynn wants to move the pocket. He wants someone that's a little more mobile. That's why they're moving on from Drew Brees. Yes, Herbert's athletic, but rolling out and that's not his strength at all. And especially when the pocket's breaking down, he can kind of be a mess. So I think that, that definitely Tua and Love are better fits there. I think they can make Herbert work because he is an athlete. He is big. He is strong. But I think they're probably going to end up rolling with Tyrod to start the season. We'll see how Herbert works in. I don't love the fit, but they do have a need. I don't think Tyrod is a franchise quarterback long term. So we'll see how it works for Herbert, but I don't love the pick. I would have probably gone O-line there or traded down and getting a better value pick for Jordan Love.
All right. So one more pick to announce.
I do want to cut in real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm still kind of scratching my head on that Chiefs trade. It was great. Great move by the Bucks to just grab another strong offensive lineman for Tom Brady.
Yeah, Bucks are working this board very well right now.
Yes, they are.
So what we're going to do, we're going to announce Panthers pick, and then we're moving to session 2 of 3 on day 1. Again, I apologize for the confusion, but this is just what we have to do to make sure this video gets aired in its entirety. All you guys that are in here, I'm going to send a new link, or Tim is actually.
Yeah, I'll do it so they don't get locked out or whatever might happen.
Yeah, Tim is going to go ahead and send a new link, and we will start it up again. However, with a 6th pick of the Instagram NFL draft, the Carolina Panthers select Jeff Okudah from the Ohio State University.
Yeah, for me, I'll just say it right now. This won't take long. That's an A+ pick. The fact that Okudah is here is honestly mind-blowing to me. It's the only reason that they're there is because the Lions are messing up. I don't know what's going on over in that front office. Well, it's Lions, so I shouldn't be surprised. But, Okudah's an A+ pick here for the Panthers. He fills an immediate need. He's probably top 3-4 talent-wise in this draft. Great value there. Love the pick for Matt Rule in his first year as head coach.
John, what do you think here?
I love that pick as well. I'm also going to give it an A+. And Carolina breeds great corners, so they got another one in Okudah.
Of course, we don't have Carolina Central in here today. He is unfortunately facing some storm damage down where they had the really bad storms last night, so we apologize for that, and we send in our prayers and thoughts to him. But yes, Okudah is going to end up being the best pick of the draft at 6. Amazing pick. I'd also like to say that he picked Okudah without a second guess. He said, Okudah 100%, that's who he wanted. So
nice.
Don't blame him. There's really no one else for him to think about there. I think that's definitely the pick. We'll see you guys for session 2. For you guys watching at home, whenever
it'll be about a 1 second cut for you guys.
Exactly.
So.
It's going to be nothing for you guys, but we got to get some stuff situated. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. We're here in session 2. For you guys, that's nothing, but for us, that basically is how we're communicating through all this madness and chaos. But we're back, and the Cardinals Elite, the host, the representative of the Cardinals, is on the clock. He also will not be here joining us today because of a lack of Wi-Fi connection. That pick is expected to come in any second now. I'm pretty sure I knew he's taken. I think we all know who he's taken. But if that's not the case, we're going to wait these 5 minutes.
I think he's got a lot of options here, to be honest.
It should be easy.
I think that, Jedrick Wills is on the board. I think that Tristan Wirfs on the board. I think Derek Brown's on the board. So we'll have to see exactly where they go.
Yeah, I think it's a good chance to pick up either an offensive or a defensive lineman here. That's what they really should be looking at.
They have to address the trenches. I'd go O-line for the sake of protecting Kyler Murray, who was your number 1 pick last year. But there's some talented D-line on the board with Brown and Kinlaw, so they have their choice there as well.
I think this definitely comes down to an offensive lineman. I would love to see Andrew Thomas go off the board here. I want to speak my mind. I love Andrew Thomas. I think he's the best offensive tackle on the board.
And he's the safest, I think.
I think Tristan Wirfs fits the system the best that they need. He's an Arizona Cardinal in my opinion already.
I agree.
But I would love to see Javon Kinlaw here. I'd love to see Derek Brown here, something new. But I think Wirfs is going to be the pick.
And just so you guys know, one's watching this video. So the complication with the Lions front office, if they continue to slide, today we're only doing first 16 picks. So we'll have their slide stop at 16 to avoid it being too unrealistic. I mean, it's already pretty unrealistic, but, whatever, it is how it is. And then I will be making the pick for the Detroit Lions there at 16. That'll be the end of their slide if he never shows up.
John, what are your thoughts here for Cardinals at 7?
I like it. I like a big man, either offensive lineman, defensive lineman. As Tim stated, Kinlaw, Brown, both available. It'd be a good take, either side of the ball.
And when their pick is in, with the 7th pick of the Instagram NFL draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Tristan Wirfs, offensive tackle out of Iowa.
Yeah, that's an A for me. I think it's a great fit. I think he fits what they want to do. He's a big athletic guy. He's going to get out in space when they want to run those screens that Kingsbury loves. So, yeah, I don't think they miss here. I think this is a solid pick.
I like the pick. I think that's who they need. I think he fits the system right. He can play left or right tackle. I think he could even play guard. I think he's big enough to play there. He's a big guy. So, definitely.
Yeah, he can play 4 out of the 5 positions on the O-line. He can play everything but center, basically.
His one concern is definitely his pass protection, but and that's what we're kind of looking for because Kyler Murray's scrambling out of pocket. But I think Kyler Murray can make up for it with his legs.
Yeah, and concern might be a little bit of an overstatement. He tends to, maybe not tends, but he can overstep on his pass set sometimes. But it's nothing that isn't fixable. He's a solid pick. He's worthy of a top 10 to 15 selection. So good fit. Good. It's a solid pick. Like I said, give it an A.
Jaguars intel is on the clock. He has 4 minutes left to make his pick. We're going to let him unmute himself and make his pick at number 9.
Number 8 now.
Okay.
Well, number 8 now. Yes, that's correct.
So I'm going with the 9th or 8th.
This is the 8th.
The 7th. This is 7th.
No,
this is 8th.
It's 8.
Yeah,
I was about to say because Detroit has so I don't know if it's still the 9th.
I haven't written it down. Yeah.
It's the 8th pick. Yeah, because the Lions are still slipping.
So with the 8th pick, the Jags are going to take Derek Brown out of Auburn.
And all right, so was anybody else in play here? I just want to ask you that real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have a big board set up already that I've been working on for a while. I have Henderson is the lowest on my big board because I knew Okudah was not going to fall to me, even if he fell past Detroit like he did in this. I know good and well it's not as much as I want to replace Jalen. It's not going to happen.
Right.
And before anything else is said, we're going to announce a trade right now. Jacksonville has moved up to number 9. Jacksonville, you're on the clock.
Right.
Again.
It was 10. It was 10, but now
yes,
it was 9.
It was originally 10. Browns are going to pick at number 20, and they're also acquiring your second-round pick at number 42. So that's going to be interesting there. But either way, Jaguars intel, you're on the board again.
So this is your last pick for the first 2 rounds, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yep. And then I have a pick in round 3.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah. Whenever you're ready, then.
I'm in between 2 guys.
Take your time. You still got 4 minutes.
Okay.
Can you give me what was the trade? Browns, they get the second.
They get 20 and 42, and I get 10.
Which is now 9 because the Lions.
Lions.
The thing is, if this was to happen in real life, I feel like it'd be the Lions that it happened to. I'm not gonna lie.
No doubt.
I'd also like to point out another trade Jacksonville has pulled off today. I'm looking through it right now, and it looks like we're going to confirm it right here, right now. The Green Bay Packers have just made a trade for Yannick Ngakoue.
Ngakoue.
Got it. All right. And the Packers acquire him a 2024, a 2025, and a 2021 second. The Jaguars, in return, will get Lane Taylor, who we'll talk about later, 2023, a 2027, and a 2021 first.
I think
wow,
I'm good. So
yeah, I'll just say for you because you got a first round pick out of it, right?
Yes, I got next
year. Yeah, you just absolutely swindled the Packers. I don't understand it from a Packers standpoint. I know you're giving up your second next year. I know, but from a Packers standpoint,
I gave up the Rams second.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I think it's a really good move for you guys then because you get Ngakoue off the books. You get a first round next year. You get rid of a second round pick that you got it for what? Ramsey, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so next draft I'll have 3 first rounders.
Gosh. Yeah.
All right, Jaguars intel.
That's big time.
We're gonna get to John real quick. He's gonna talk about his impression on these 2 picks. But first, I want you to go ahead and announce your pick if you are ready.
Yeah. With the 9th pick, I am going to be taking Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama.
Whoa!
There it is.
That's probably the first actual shocker we've had.
I love that pick
so far today. This is where the draft starts getting spicy. It's right.
All right,
here.
John, what do you think of these 2 picks, Brown and Jeudy, Alabama products?
Well, I mean, I like the Jeudy pick. I'm a little concerned with the Brown pick. I actually personally like Henderson. I don't know if I would have taken him with pick 8, but I definitely like Henderson, and I think he could be a stud in the league come even late this season. He's got a lot to offer, and I know a lot of teams are eyeing him. Jeudy, yeah, wow, that's going to be a great one for Gardner. Finally got him another weapon. So Jags offense could be something to watch this year.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'll give my grades real quick. So I gave Derek Brown an A because I think they were very bad in terms of okay, who's not muted? Hey.
Someone's not muted.
Someone is not muted.
Okay, whoever's the host can mute people.
Yeah, I got it. I just muted him. So I guess couldn't find who it was. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Derek Brown. I think it's an A pick. Jaguars were very bad in terms of run defense last year, and Derek Brown helps shore up their defense in the middle pretty quickly there. He's pretty dominant when he's at Auburn. And then Jerry Jeudy, like I said, first surprise pick. I really thought since you had back-to-back picks there, you would get both the corner of your choice in Henderson and your disruptor in the middle in Brown. But Jeudy, that's an interesting pick. I'll give it a B plus, A minus, that kind of range. I mean, he's a solid pick. Just wasn't what I thought you guys would do. But I mean, you give Gardner a real weapon there for the future going forward.
Yeah.
If Gardner is your quarterback of the future, I won't make you say whether he is or not. I don't want to give up plans for 2021 and T-Law, but
well, I can explain my pick if you guys want me to.
We're gonna go ahead. We have 2 minutes. We're already 2 minutes into the New York Jets draft here, so we're on transition. We'll bring you back maybe a little bit later, Jags Intel. We appreciate your time. Thanks for making this night already pretty exciting.
Yeah, we'll bring you back probably after the 16th pick because that third session is only 4 picks, so sure we'll have more time to work with. We'll bring you back. You can explain your pick. We can do that for some different people too. Since you had multiple picks, it's tough, but we got to keep going.
Yeah.
Jets are on the pick.
All right, so the Jets is in here, but his audio is messing up.
So he's just going to send you it.
I'm getting rumblings that the 49ers are looking to move up in the draft right now with the Jets. So that'd be 2 picks. So it looks like Kinlaw is a top pick here.
Interesting.
I'd imagine. However, I also think it might be CD Lamb.
How are the 49ers going to move up? They don't have a second,
they don't
third,
have
or
much.
fourth round pick.
It's going to
If
be
they do that-
interesting.
If they do that, I don't know. First of all, I don't know what ammo they have, and second, I don't know why they do that. Because if anything, they need to trade back at least for 31. They'll probably stick and pick at 13, but they need to trade out at 31.
The Jets got 2 minutes left.
All right.
I mean, I don't really see what they have to offer either, unless they're targeting an extra player or two, along with a pick. But
Yeah, I don't
anything's
think
possible, I guess.
I get that they probably want to move up for a receiver since we already had one go off the board sooner than expected.
All right, so I just got the pick in. We're going to announce the pick after this. Let me go ahead and reset this. All right, so the Green Bay Packers, I'm hearing the reason why they traded for Yannick. I can't pronounce his last name. We're going to call him
Yannick Ngakoue.
Yannick. His explanation was we didn't give any valuable picks this year, and now have one of the best, if not the best, defensive lines in the NFL. I'd argue now with the Redskins taking Young that it's not the best. And it might not be a scheme fit. However, he says our pass rush will dominate teams. It went from strength to a way dominant. A 13-3 team got better and still has a ton of ammo in next year's draft and this year's draft. So we'll see what happens there. But we have to first get to the Jets pick, and then I'll let Tim offer his expertise on the pick and the trade.
Yeah. Go ahead with the Jets pick.
With the 10th pick of the Instagram NFL draft, the New York Jets select Jedrick Wills from Alabama.
Good pick. I'll give this an A. There's a bunch of rumblings about them possibly going receiver here. I don't love that. You can't. It's such a deep receiver draft, and I get you sign some guys in the O-line, but no one special. Go get yourself a cornerstone tackle you can, really hang your hat on. That's Jedrick Wills. Good pick. Protect Sam Darnold. I think it's a good move. A pick.
Yeah, I like the pick. I think he's number one offensive lineman on most boards. He's not mine. He's number 3. But still a great pick. I think this is the guy they wanted. He can play just about anywhere on the line. He's going to protect their franchise guy in Darnold. John, what do you have to say here?
I think they address an area in need. The only concern might be plugging him in. He's been a right tackle his entire life, so moving him to a left tackle could be a stretch, but
right,
he can make the move and he could thrive.
Yeah, I think the Jets is probably one of the best positions he can end up in, because if they do want to move him to left, I think he's capable. But yeah, he's more comfortable with right. And they just signed George Fant, who I don't think is, that special, but George Fant, it does have the ability to play right or left as well. So if they want to groom Wills to be a left tackle, they can still put him at right until he's more comfortable and have Fant play left. I think they're both more comfortable at right, but I think, Fant has the ability to play left, and until Wills is comfortable playing left, they can do a lot of different things there with Fant and Wills. I think it's a great fit for Wills, great fit for the Jets.
I have just received word on another trade. We have a minute and 20 seconds into the Raiders pick, and the Raiders have not responded very recently. So this might be another.
Oh no! Oh no!
And that would be a very embarrassment. To be fair, the Lions and the Raiders have not communicated with me very well in this process since they've been joined. I really wish we would have known. Next year, we're going to get better at this. We're going to get the guys we know that are into it. And for those of you that are participating 100%, we appreciate you. But in the meanwhile, the Browns have finally got their left tackle of the future, despite signing for Conklin in the offseason. The Browns have just traded for Trent Williams in exchange for the 74th pick of the draft. So Trent Williams has finally moved. I think that's a fair trade.
That's good value for Williams. Yeah, that's a good move by the Browns there. They don't have to give up too much. So to the Browns for pick 74. That's interesting.
Are the Browns going to be hyped again this year? Where do y'all see them sitting?
They're going to get hyped up again. I think the thing is, they have the roster to be successful. It's just that they're the Browns. So
yeah.
they're going to underachieve. We'll see. I mean, they've finally gotten an O-line together. If this is the case, if you have Conklin and Trent Williams on the other side, you got no excuse to be bad anymore.
I think the Browns should be a really good team. I think they got Mayfield, who's going to take a big step heading into the season. He's going to have to mature a little bit, but I don't think that's a problem. I think he understands what's at stake this year. This is his biggest season yet. He has plenty of weapons. He needs to utilize OBJ a bit more. I think Landry is doing just fine. I think that offensive line is going to be cleaned up. I think we're going to see Denzel Ward become an all-pro. I think we're going to see Greedy Williams take a step up. I think that secondary is going to improve a lot. And I just think that overall, this team is – I picked the Ravens in the AFC East last year and ended up being a big pick. I think I'm going to take the Browns in the AFC East next – North.
AFC North.
Me. Yeah, AFC North next year.
You must not know –
I apologize, Tim. Your Steelers aren't going to take. They're sitting pretty in the second and third round.
Yeah, we can get a first round pick. Our first round pick was Minka Fitzpatrick this year.
He's one of the best.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
Well, how old is he? 23. I mean, I think.
Yeah, he's a young guy too.
24. So I mean,
he's only I think it was only his third year in the league, something like that. So, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm not mad.
So we got 1 more minute left for the Raiders. However, I'm pretty sure we have the Raiders. He's deliberating, so we might give him a little bit more than 5 minutes.
Oh, but you have him? You got a hold of him?
We got a hold of a Raiders account. We're trying to take a picture of who's off the board, but my camera will not focus.
Yeah, going back to the Browns, they brought in Austin Hooper as well, and that's not a move to sleep on.
Yeah, I think they overpaid him a little bit. Oh, wait, I didn't get to rant about the Packers.
Go ahead, do that.
Bringing Yannick Ngakoue makes no sense to me. Yes, he's talented. Yes, he's a very good edge rusher. But is it Preston Brown and Zardarius Smith? That's who they have on the edge right now, right? I just saw something before. Let me bring it up again. Zardarius Smith and Preston. Yeah, Zardarius Smith and Preston Smith are a top 5 edge duo in the league who you just paid last year. First of all, I don't think they have the money. If they're going to have to finagle the cap somehow in order to sign Ngakoue long term. That's what he wants. Plus, he's an edge rusher, and you already have a great duo in edge rushers. I don't know where that all fits. And I'm just not sure where it all fits. And then they're going to be hard pressed for money as well. So it's an odd pick for me, especially like if they can't sign him long term. Then you just give a first-round pick next year, and you won't have the guy you just traded for. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me for the Packers. Great deal on the Jaguars' part, though. They got rid of a guy who didn't want to be there, and they just got their third first-round pick for 20.
To be fair, they do have the cap space. They transformed Zaire Smith's roster bonus to a signing bonus. They have the cap space available, but I don't think that's the problem. I just don't know how much of a fit it is. I understand
it's not a good fit.
I understand what a representative is saying, but I just don't think that's what's going to work.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if says Zardarius Smith changed. I'd be shocked.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. Okay.
All right, so I'm getting
all right.
the word area on the clock. Okay, so in the simulation, Ngakoue. Tim, you want to say Ngakoue?
Yannick Ngakoue
signed him to a 5-year, $110 million long-term contract in the simulation.
Wow.
So they're paying him big time.
That's a lot of money.
They made cap space.
That's over $20 million a year. That's you said 110. Yeah, that's $22 million.
That's a lot. Yeah. All right, the Raiders have just selected. We're a little bit off. That's fine.
So this is pick 11, right?
Yeah, this is going to be pick 11. All right, with the 11th pick of the NFL draft, the San Francisco 49ers select CD Lamb out of Oklahoma.
Oh, wait. Oh, the Raiders aren't taking it?
The Raiders took it.
You said Niners.
Oh, excuse me. The Las Vegas Raiders select CD Lamb.
That's a good pick. This is an A. Gosh, I know there's a lot of people who want the Raiders to take a quarterback. Just stop. Mike Mayock has repeatedly said that Derek Carr is not the problem. The problem is defense red zone scoring. They address red zone scoring here. CeeDee Lamb is a guy he's gonna get you points one way or another. Where it's in the red zone or he takes off and makes guys miss because he's dangerous in open field as well. CeeDee Lamb is like you don't find better fits than CeeDee Lamb to the Raiders. But this year is that fit. CeeDee Lamb, like he just feels like a Raider to me, man. I think if this doesn't happen, then something's up. But it's an A plus pick for me.
John, what do you think of this pick?
Yeah, I had the Raiders either going cornerback or wide receiver here. I mean, this is like Tim said, A plus. CeeDee Lamb's definitely offensive firepower. Carr just will be slinging it to him, and CeeDee will be scoring quite a few touchdowns next season. I like the pick, and I see them going cornerback with their next pick.
All right, so we're only 20 seconds into the 49ers clock here. Simulation signing. The Seattle Seahawks are signing Jadeveon Clowney to a 2-year contract worth $33 million, which is about what Clowney wanted now. He wanted $20 million, $19 million originally, but his value has dropped, and rumors are saying he's worth $16 to $17 million a year. We kind of meshed that together. He's going to be paid $33 million in this situation. So Seattle will not need an edge rusher or a linebacker. The 49ers, they are in this chat. So, Tim, if you want to go ahead and unmute him.
They can unmute themselves, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. My bad. All right. The San Francisco 49ers, what are you doing with this pick? You trading out?
Okay, so for me, I threw my computer against the wall when CeeDee Lamb went to the Raiders. Especially, too, because the guy I brought in, I knew he was going to take CeeDee. I did want it to be a realistic draft. And this whole time, I've been riding the CeeDee train, and I just know that him being available at 13 is a stretch, just because he's one of the most dynamic players in this draft class. I was attempting to trade up. You guys had mentioned that you didn't know who I would offer up, but I was looking to move Kendrick Bourne, Matt Breida, potential future, even a future first potentially. That's how much I believe in CD and how he would transform the 49ers offense, but wasn't able to pull anything off. So now I have to pivot. And as a result, because I don't like doing this, but because I feel like my options are thin, with the wide receiver depth in this class, I'm not going to take Ruggs. I can get a wide receiver later. I would trade down here. Vikings had made a decent offer, but I think the gap is too far. I don't want to drop into the 20s, so I'm going to stay pat, and I'm going to take Kinlaw, South Carolina.
Wow. I like the pick.
You trade Buckner, and with the pick you get for him, you basically draft his replacement that you don't have to pay as much. So and then you reestablish yourself as a top D line in the NFL with that. So that's a quality pick. I give it an A.
The War Rooms are going crazy right now. They love the pick. Browns are going crazy. Vikings are mad. That's who they wanted. The Falcons are mad. That's who they wanted. Dolphins love the pick. John, I know you love the pick too.
I love the pick. Fellow Gamecock fan here. He really showed out on the team. Y'all got a great one in him.
Yes, sir. Spurs up, baby. All right. So we have the Cowboys field. Go ahead and unmute yourself and explain what you're going here. Because like we announced earlier, the Cowboys are moving from 17 to 14 here.
Which is now 13? Yes.
Yes. Actually, we're going to take a break. This is our second session break.
Oh, right. So, yes, we'll reset. And once we're back, the Cowboys will have their selection.
We have the Dallas Cowboys on the clock. Thank you for all that stuck with us this long. We know it's chaotic. We're going to clean this act up on day 2 of round 1. But I think it's going pretty well. I think John and Tim they'll also agree with me when they say we're having fun.
Yeah, chaos makes it fun, man. The Lions organization still sucks. So there you go.
This is real life, guys. I know Eric Fisher getting traded is not realistic at all, but at the same time,
You were saying Gakkaway to the Packers.
this is
Hey,
people.
man, it's fine.
This
We're
is what
chilling.
they would do if they were in charge. We're just trying to deliver quality content in this time of uncertainty. So I hope you guys are having fun at home. I'm having a blast.
If this doesn't get clicks, we're rioting.
We're done. We're leaving Instagram.
Yeah, we're just out.
All right.
Okay, so I don't think we have a Lions pick. So the Cowboys are on the clock. I think their pick is in.
After a trade with the Buccaneers.
Oh, right. Yeah, you can go ahead and describe that trade.
The Cowboys have moved up to 14. All they had to do was give up a third, but pretty fair right now.
So the Cowboys initially moved down to 17, and they got 82.
I know. I was already at 17.
Yeah.
Right. So sorry, the Buccaneers moved down to 17. They got 82 from the Cowboys, but then the Bucs moved down again for Eric Fisher. Interesting. All right. So yeah, Cowboys on the clock with what is now the 13th pick. What would have been the 14th, but.
All right, Cowboys, the floor is yours. Whenever you are ready, go ahead and take a guy.
I think I have a feeling who the pick is. I have a guess.
Well, I'm going to be taking C.J. Henderson.
There it is. Yep, that's the pick I expected. And I'll give it a B, a solid B. They definitely have a need at cornerback, and Henderson is someone they've been eyeing for a long time. I personally just don't love Henderson as much as a lot of people do. I don't think he's the second best corner in this draft, but a lot of people do. The one thing that has bugged me is apparently there's some scouts that think Henderson's on the same level as Okudah. That's wrong. That's just bad. But this does seem like it's the range for Henderson. Dallas is a solid fit, good pick for the Cowboys. I like Jeff Gladney more. I think Christian Fulton could be in the conversation as well. But C.J. Henderson, good fit, solid B for the Cowboys there.
If I can say something, if I can.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I had to trade up because I have a feeling like the Falcons were going to get him because, they lost Desmond Trufant. So I had to trade up and get C.J. Henderson. I don't think Christian Fulton will be able to produce as much as C.J. Henderson. Even if the Falcons did take C.J. Henderson, I was probably going to get Levon Chasian from LSU.
Yeah.
But I had to trade up and get C.J. because we lost Byron Jones.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, solid fit, solid pick. I just personally like Jeff Gladney a little bit more. But, yeah, and your reasoning is great because, the Falcons, if C.J. Henderson's there, I think that's a run to the podium or whatever you'll call it this year with all the virtual stuff going on. But, they have nobody at corner right now in Atlanta. So that's a good move. If you want your guy there, you go get him. So good move.
And I have a trade to announce. This is the big one. Seattle moving up to 15 to jump in exchange for Denver's pick. Denver will be acquiring the number 27th pick. Wow, Seattle absolutely finessed these guys. Wow. Broncos in exchange for the 15th will get the 27th pick in the draft, the Seattle third round pick, and the 2021 third round pick.
Right. So what I have here is 101 and 2021 third. Let me just go to – you guys can start giving your thoughts on that. First I'll say I hate it. But I hate it for the Broncos. Great move as the Seahawks. Very out of character for Seahawks, though. They're typically a trade down team. But I'm going to go to the trade value chart right here. You guys discuss it. I'll get back to you soon.
John, what do you think of this trade?
It was an aggressive move on Seattle's part, but they had just signed Clowney, according to the simulator. So I like the move. It's aggressive, but Seattle wants a championship, and they're maybe a missing piece here will help them get there.
And with that, we would also like to announce that the Cowboys have also worked on an extension with Dak Prescott for a little bit. And in the simulation, Dak will sign a 4-year, $150 million contract. And he'll become the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, I believe.
Wow.
Because he's going to get paid $120 million guaranteed. So $37.5 million per year. Dak's getting his bag.
See, I think that's the right move by the Cowboys. However, I don't think Jerry Jones would do that. But But I think that's what the Cowboys should do. I think he had a stellar season. He's been winning you games. I mean, I think they should pay the man. They got to stop toying with him, man. Like, I understand people think that the price tag is too high, but his franchise tag is 33. So if his franchise tag is 33 million a year, then why would he accept that or anything less for his extension? It doesn't make sense. So
that is 100% correct.
Yeah, thank you. Good sign. I like Dak Prescott. I think he gets hated on too much. I like the pick. I mean, I like the extension. However, I think in real life, if you want to talk about that, I think that's a good move by you, but I don't think Jerry Jones does it. And I guess they could end up tagging Dak again next year, but I think Dak's right in wanting his money, and if he doesn't get it, he's gonna walk. So there's that. Pay the man, Cowboys.
All right, the Seattle Seahawks are going to be on the clock. We're going to let him
Okay,
unmute
so
himself.
I have right before we go for that, I have the math for the trade value chart on how the Seahawks just swindled the who was it? The Broncos. The Seahawks gave up 27, 101, and next year's third. So I'll just use the same number that they have for 101. Actually, I'll give them – yeah, so I'm just using the same value number for 101 as this year for next year, which is 96. So times that by 2, add that to what it was for 27, which is 680, you get 872. The 15th pick was actually now the 14th pick. The value of the 15th pick is 1050, 14th 1100. So they are, if we use 1100, they're 228 points under the value.
Wow.
Which is about the value of a high third-round pick. So,
Swindled.
yeah, not a good move there for now, because basically value-wise, the Broncos just lost a third-round pick to move down. That's basically what it was the other way around. But anyway, not a good deal for the Packers.
The Seattle Seahawks are now going to be on the clock after the trade with the Broncos. Seahawks Galaxy, what do you have for us?
Okay, so a lot of people might expect for me to trade up for a tackle, but I believe in Russell, so I don't think he needs any online help, even though we did sign a lot of online in this offseason. So I do believe. So I'm going to take, with the 15th pick, I'm going to take K'Lavon Chaisson from LSU.
Nice. That's interesting. So
even after signing Clowney, though.
Yeah, because
we did have Clowney last year, and we were still at bottom in sacks. But I believe with Chaisson and Clowney, we could be a top 10 defense this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna give it a B, but because you absolutely swindled the Broncos, I'll give you an A for it. Because you bring back Clowney, but you still need more edge help. Chaisson is young, athletic, explosive. That's a good pick there. Him on one side and Clowney on the other will be very good for that defense. It'll be scary for the rest of the NFC West.
Two big announcements. We're going to first go ahead and announce that the Lions have finally made their selection. They will not be joining us.
So the Lions will be in at 15.
Mm-hmm. I wonder why they're not joining us, right? Detroit Lions have made their pick, and this is going to shuffle the board crazily because we have a trade at 16 as well.
So the Falcons are out. Is that what you're saying?
Falcons are out. At 16, we're going to start the clock after the Lions pick. At number 15, Mekhi Becton will be the pick from Louisville, offensive lineman for the Detroit Lions.
Huh. Okay. Mekhi Becton, tackle from Louisville.
John, what do you think here?
I mean, it's a debatable move. I really thought if they would have joined the draft, they should have taken a corner, one of the better corners, to stick out there. And offensive lineman Stafford could use another one, but yeah, picks maybe B-.
Yeah, I'm gonna say C, maybe even D territory, because they really needed to go defense. I'm surprised by. Becton he's nice. He's got good upside. I'm just a little confused. I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. This is not. So they wait all this time, right? They fell down because they passed their pick and they kept passing their pick and they fell down this far just to take a tackle.
We're going to announce a trade right now that I just mentioned.
Okay, yeah. Let me get my thoughts together.
Yeah. The Falcons will be moving down, and in exchange, the Giants are now on the clock. The Giants have acquired the 16th pick. They're jumping back into the first round. They're taking pick 16 for pick 36, pick 110, and Dalvin Tomlinson, and a 2021 third pick. So they are trading the kitchen sink here. A good haul for the Falcons. I really like it. Falcons will move out of the first round, though. However, they're picking up pretty good loot. And since the Giants are giving up Tomlinson, I think I know what they're going to do here. With Becton off the board, I'm guessing Andrew Thomas is the pick. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah. Well, I just think they need O-line help. After they took Simmons, they still need O-line help. And with Thomas sliding, that's not
a really
bad
good
move
pick,
there.
yeah.
If it is the pick, we'll find out.
I think it's a really good pick.
Is he in here? Is
yes,
Mr. Giants
is in here. And I'd just like to say this is going to be the last pick of the night, and then we're
Right,
going to
and
give
then we'll
the
talk a little more.
opportunity. We're going to give the opportunity for some teams to come in here. I know the Chiefs want to explain their Eric Fisher trade. I'm pretty sure the Green Bay Packers want to come in here and discuss what they're thinking. Jaguars Intel definitely wants to explain his 2 picks and his trading. But first, BBV Giants. Charlie, what you got for us? Charlie?
Is it out
I'm
here?
here. Wait
Oh,
a second.
no.
I'm just
All right.
still thinking about who to pick.
All right. Yeah,
Okay,
you got plenty of time. You got 3 minutes
okay.
and 30 seconds left.
Let me talk about they have Taylor. The Lions. Okay, Lions have Taylor Decker at left tackle.
He's gonna play right tackle, I guess.
No, but they just signed. I can't pronounce the first name, but Vitae, and they have Tyrell Crosby too. I don't get this at all.
Pick is in.
Pick is in for the Giants. All right.
You guys are going to be surprised by this, I think, but the Giants are going to go. They're not going to go in the Andrew Thomas direction. They're going to take Henry Ruggs.
Oh,
whoa! I like it.
Ho ho ho! Wow.
Wide receiver, Alabama.
Okay.
Explain.
How about that?
Yeah, explain us why you went that direction. I felt like earlier you were second guessing the Isaiah Simmons trade.
Here's the thing. It's I think Ruggs its speed is just game changing, and the Giants right now they do have 3 solid receivers, but 2 of them are pretty much the same exact player. But one's a better version of the other. Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate. They're both slot receivers, right? And I don't really like having both of them in the same offense, right? And then Slayton had a solid year, but he had a really good year for in his rookie season. But then Ruggs just will bring another whole element with what you can do, and the Giants really haven't had a guy with that type of speed really. Even Odell didn't have that speed there, and I think he'll be able to open up big plays for Daniel Jones and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's definitely another wow pick, which we've had a few of them so far, but it's definitely you love the picks to make the guys that are broadcasting it go whoa. So I like it. I'm gonna give it a B just because I think if you trade back into the first round, I think you had to have addressed a line at some point because now you don't have a high second. So, like I said, I like it, and it's interesting how you're building up the skill positions now because you've had now for the last 3 years you've gotten Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, and now Henry Ruggs. So that's good stuff right there from the skill position standpoint. I'm just wondering who's going to protect him up front. But again, great value for Ruggs too because he slipped a little bit. So I think this is pick 16. So that's good value for Ruggs. Like I said, I gave it a B.
John, what do you think of that trade?
I thought Ruggs was a great pick. He has explosive speed, and Daniel Jones has pretty solid accuracy. I could see that offense lighten it up next year. As Tim mentioned, their offensive line is going to be a mess, but they do have Barkley, and he makes guys miss. So Ruggs is another one of those. He makes guys miss.
So that's going to do it for our draft coverage. We're going to give like about 3 minutes of allotted time to anybody who wants to explain their picks here because a lot happened.
Yeah,
First,
I know.
let me give you a run.
I know Jaguars into. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know Jaguars into want to get back in here to explain his picks because he had 2. So.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the rundown of what we've had happen. Joe Burrow went number 1, no surprise. Chase Young went number 2, no surprise. The biggest surprise, no show for the Lions. They dropped all the way down to 15 because they failed to make their pick. They couldn't decide. They couldn't.
Front office is
get
the
on
best.
their phone.
Fire the coach. Fire Bob Quinn. Fire everybody.
Fire the
get up out of there.
I mean, I haven't been on my phone. Did Detroit pop off the map or something? I mean, is that an option or what's the deal?
I have not heard.
Anyway, Miami jumped them because of the trade. It ended up being a glorious trade for the Dolphins, grabbing their man Tua from Alabama. Number 4, Isaiah Simmons went to the Giants. Number 5, Justin Herbert to the Chargers. Number 6, Jeff Okudah falls all the way down to the Panthers. Maybe the steal of the draft. Number 7, Tristan Wirfs to the Cardinals. At number 8, Derek Brown to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 9, Jerry Jeudy to the Jacksonville Jaguars, following a trade earlier in the day with the Browns, who will be taking the 20th pick of the draft. At number 10, we had Jedrick Wills to go into the Jets. Number 11, we had CeeDee Lamb to the Raiders. Number 12, we have Javion Kinlaw to the San Francisco 49ers. 13, we have C.J. Henderson going a bit early to Dallas. We traded up with the Buccaneers. Number 14, Clavion Chason he's going to go to Seattle alongside Clowney.
It's dangerous, man.
Becton from Louisville. He's heading into Detroit, who finally was competent enough to make a pick. And then you got Henry Ruggs completing day 1 of round 1, going to the New York Giants. A lot of movement, a lot of shockers. Tim, what's your favorite draft pick here?
Yeah, I was actually going to say if I could give my best and my worst. The best pick, man, Jeff Okudah to the Panthers. Panthers, that's a great pick for Matt Rule in his first year there. Great value after Okudah slid because the Lions were incompetent. And then the worst pick actually goes to the Lions, who slid all the way back to 15 because they didn't know how to make a pick. And
awful. It was just awful.
And they take a left tackle when they already have Taylor Decker at left tackle.
Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl left tackle. Who I don't think is going to be
not sure
right.
what they're thinking.
So I have a question. If it wasn't the Lions, then who would it be as your second worst pick? I'm just curious.
Got you. Yeah, we got you.
Oh, if it's not okay, so you're saying you don't want them to count?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, John, who's your favorite pick of the draft?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of underrated, but Kinlaw. I liked what San Francisco did with. Obviously, they didn't get CeeDee, their guy, but Kinlaw, as y'all said, replacing the stud, and he's going to fit right in with his buddy Debo.
Oh yeah, getting some South Carolina blood in there. My favorite, I really like the Chase Young pick. You stick into what you need to do. You're sticking to Ron Rivera. You're sticking to Jack Del Rio. Let me remind you, Jack Del Rio, responsible for Julius Peppers, Hall of Famer. Jack Del Rio, responsible for Khalil Mack, best defensive player in the league. You put Chase Young, who everybody is saying is better than Bosa, better than Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa. Chase Young might be the next Khalil Mack, might be the next Julius Peppers under Jack Del Rio. Love the pick. Don't overthink it, Washington. That's your guy. And then, obviously, aside from the Lions, my least favorite pick,
right now I'm between either the Giants or the Cowboys. Cowboys, like I said, great. I'll go Giants. The Cowboys got their guy to fit to need. I just like Gladney more, but I think it fills a need. Henderson's high upside, so I'll go the Giants just because I think if you're going to give up capital like that and move back in the first round, I'm not saying Ruggs is a bad pick or a bad player. I really like Henry Ruggs. If you're going to if you're going to give up capital like that and move back into the first round, move up a lot of ways, you got to get a no tackle, especially with Andrew Thomas falling. So I didn't agree with the pick. So I'll say that's my least favorite besides the Lions. But I mean, it's fine. It's good value for Ruggs. I'm just not sure if you want to move up all the way that far to not then take an offensive tackle.
What do you see more in Gladney than you see in Henderson?
I like Gladney's physicality. Obviously, Henderson is longer, but I think he's not a great tackler. I like Gladney's break on the ball. I like Gladney's physicality. Just watching the tape, man, Gladney he just stood out more to me. I just felt like he was making more of an impact than Henderson was. Like Henderson, he makes great plays because of his size and his speed, but it feels like also he takes reps off. Gladney just seems like he's on 110 every single play. So it's just personal preference thing. I think they're both great. I think they're both first-round talents. I just have Gladney rated a little bit higher. But again, like I said, it's a great fit there for the Cowboys. They trade up. I like what you did there to get ahead of someone like the Falcons who might have wanted to take him. Might have been the reason why the Falcons looked to trade back because our guy isn't there anymore. So I think it's great maneuvering the board, being aggressive, and going getting your guy.
I want to give plenty of people opportunities to talk. I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to explain yourself, why we might have questioned you. First person I want in here, 100%. I want to get the Chiefs in here because we've ridiculed him all day. You're going to get 3 minutes to explain yourself. Why in the world did you trade Eric Fisher for the 17th pick of the draft? You'll be leading us off, Michael, tomorrow. If that's worth it, time starts now. Michael, why did you make that trade?
He has no words.
He doesn't know how to unmute his thing. He's just lost 11 seconds.
Okay, I unmuted for him. Oh, yeah, I unmuted.
Michael's iPad. All right, Michael, what you got?
So I traded that pick because Eric Fisher is taking up a lot of our cap space right now. If we trade him, we get rid of about 13 million cap space so we can re-sign the core players. And in my opinion, our backup isn't as good as him, but he's close, and I think he can take over pretty easily. And I think we can address O-line later in the draft.
Interesting. Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, I know you need to clear up some money because you need to sign Mahomes to his $200 million plus contract the next couple of years. So I know that's coming up. I don't know. I just feel like when you got a franchise QB like Mahomes who's still on his rookie deal, you could wait on moving off of Fisher's contract, run it back, make sure you protect Mahomes, and go get in a Super Bowl with Fisher this year, and not move because I do understand trying to clear up some cap space, but I don't know if I want to do it until I need to re-sign Mahomes. So that way you have your left tackle set in stone for sure until Mahomes needs to be paid. So I feel like protecting Mahomes is important.
And also, we at the moment don't have enough cap space to sign our rookies. So I'm still trying to think of ways that we can sign the rookies we draft because we currently don't have enough to sign our draft picks.
Because it's a draft, you're allowed to go over the luxury.
You can go over the cap there.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be fine there. So you're going to be picking first tomorrow. I don't want you to tell us who you're picking, but is there anybody that you might trade back with? Are you considering – do you know who you're taking, or are you fielding offers?
I'm not really looking for offers. I'm trying to get a second-round pick, another one. But I've got linebacker and corner as my two biggest needs.
Yeah.
So how do you expect
I would agree with that. That's your biggest.
How do you expect to get the second pick if you're not trading this pick back?
Trading like maybe a third round and a fifth round.
Oh, so you want to move back up into the second? Gotcha.
Yeah, I want two second-round picks.
I actually did offer him my second this year and my first round next year for that 17th pick. He declined it, but I just wanted to put that out there.
Wow, that's not that bad of a haul, actually. I like that. We'll see what happens.
Sure,
I mean, if trades are like that happening, it's gonna be interesting to see. Chiefs, appreciate your time. Thank you for all the enthusiasm. Thanks. You definitely made some sense to the trade. I still disagree with it.
Yeah, I still heavily disagree, but I see where your head's at. So at least we come to an understanding.
Next, I want to bring on Browns culture. Michael, please have a good day. Browns culture made 2 big trades today. I'm going to go ahead and start his time now. He traded the 10th pick to the Jaguars, who's going to come on here for 3 minutes afterwards. The Browns have the 20th pick in the draft and the 42nd. They also traded away the 3rd-round pick for Trent Williams. So I think the Browns might end up being the winners.
Browns
of this
are.
draft.
Before he speaks, the Browns are maneuvering this board very well. We knew that they're a team that could be looking to trade down, so they moved down 10 spots, get an extra 2nd-round pick, and then move off of a 3rd-round pick for Trent Williams. Man, that's good stuff. And now they've got solid tackles on both sides. Browns are doing well so far. But I'll let him explain, the inner workings of it. He's unmuted. So
Browns culture.
Oh, mute, unmute. There we go. Unmute.
He can't seem to decide if he wants to jump in. Browns culture, you're on there. All right.
Okay.
Looks like we've lost him or something like that.
He keeps muting and unmuting. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. We'll bring him back if he can talk.
But yeah, outside that, I love what he's doing. Like I've already said.
Yeah, I think he's being a GM of the draft right now. Let's bring on another GM who's been super active. I really enjoy what he's done. Jaguars intel jumping. He's at 9 and he was at 8 and 9, grabbing Derek Brown and Jerry Jeudy. I think I might cut off there. Took Derek Brown and Jerry Jeudy. What's your explanation there, Jags intel?
So this morning, my draft board was completely different. I had a deal in place with the Giants to move up to number 4, which would have sent Yannick Ngakoue to the Giants with 9 and my 3rd, I think. And then that ended up falling through, and Miami jumped to 4 and swapped picks, which happened. And my plan was to take Tua.
Really? I was going to say, if you're going to move up to there, I would think it's Isaiah Simmons, get your cornerstone defender. So I'm surprised you're thinking quarterback.
Tua and Joe were the only quarterbacks where I'm like, these guys are head and shoulders above Minshew. That I would be like, yeah, that's who I want. And then my thought process with moving from 20 to 10 was that I saw that the Browns wanted to go down, and I was like, I'll take 2 guys that I could 2 top 10 talents for a 2nd-round pick, which would have just filled another depth position. I have 12 picks in this draft. Like,
yeah, you guys have a lot of picks, so
let's lose.
That does make a lot of sense.
And so
that does make a lot of sense.
Then I made the trade with Green Bay to send Yan there for their 2021 first. And I knew going into my 9th pick that I wanted to get Derek Brown to help our god-awful run defense. It's terrible. Like, Christian McCaffrey destroyed us. It was a sorry sight to see. And so I knew I wanted Derek Brown. I saw he was available because of the whole Detroit thing, because I figured Carolina would take him. They didn't. And so I scooped him up. And then I was between Jedrick Wills and I was in between Wills, Henderson, and Jeudy. I felt like taking Wills at 9 is a reach. Not Wills. Henderson at 9 was a reach. And
which I agree with.
And I realized that in the next draft, there are two ways I could go with my 3 first-round picks, and that I could cash in for T-Law or cash in for Penei Sewell out of Oregon, who is a ridiculously good offensive tackle prospect. So if if left tackle is a real big problem, we can let Cam ride out his 4th year of his contract, Cam Robinson, and just pick up Sewell, or I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
And so I chose to take Jeudy to give Gardner Minshew his best shot.
And eventually T-Law.
Yes.
If
Minshew doesn't work out, then the plan.
Right. Because I do think, obviously, you have your plan, but I think the plan for Jaguars in real life, I think they're eyeing T-Law too. I think they need a new identity. So I think they're actually going to stack up on defense this year. And they'll probably add a receiver at some point in this draft. I'm not sure if they're going to get O-line, because if they can't, I don't know what they're going to do. I think they might just ride with the O-line they have now. And then, like you said, because who are the teams you have the first-round picks from? You have the Rams.
In this, I have the Rams and the Packers.
Right, you got the Packers one too.
So we have the Rams 2 next year and their 1 next year.
Right. I think that the Rams pick is probably going to be in top 10.
I think we'll have 2 top 10 picks.
So you're going to get 2 quality players next year, along with you get T-Law to tank, which I expect you guys to, and then you'll get another top 10 player. So
yeah,
overall, very good draft. I think you got the best receiver in the class. John, you got anything quick to say before we move on to our last guest of the evening?
Yeah, I think you made some good moves, and the Jags, will probably tank for Lawrence, as Tim mentioned. And another stud pick, top 10 next year as well. I think y'all go after maybe another lineman as well to help out with T-Law.
Makes a ton of sense. Jags Intel, I appreciate you with all your enthusiasm and being really into it, man.
I gotta say, I'm looking forward to in 2021 seeing Trevor Lawrence throw to Jerry Jeudy. That's something you might have never expected. Watching, Clemson Bama national championships, you take the best players from both sides and put them together. But Jaguars need identity, and they're gonna find it. This is a good draft so far for the Jags.
Our last guest of the evening, I want to bring on Charlie Custer of the BBV Giants, if you'd like to explain, because I think the Henry Ruggs trade is kind of still running through our heads. We're not sure what we're going to move here.
Dalvin Tomlinson is on an expiring contract. Not expired. Like this is he'll be on a contract year.
Mm-hmm.
And the Giants are probably going to be paying Leonard Williams something, right? I still don't understand that trade, but they're probably going to be choosing to go the direction of Leonard Williams. So that was the decision to move on from Tomlinson, although I do like him as a player a lot. And then I was also able to move up 20 spots without giving up a future first-round pick, right? 20 spots into the first round without giving up a future first-round pick. So I thought that was I thought that was really good value. And then Henry Ruggs, I understand going the route of offensive line because the Giants do have offensive line problems, but Henry Ruggs is just sitting there. I just felt like that the value there was better than the value for even Andrew Thomas, who was also slipping, because I have in my personal board, I have Henry Ruggs higher than I have Andrew Thomas. So I just think that the value there was better than the value at taking Andrew Thomas, although the need is a little bit bigger.
I'm all about go and get your guy, so I don't blame you for doing that. So and you also got early in the draft Isaiah Simmons, so you got 2 playmakers on both sides of the ball. I think overall you gave up a little bit of cap, a little bit more than you had to, but overall I think you've come away with a really good draft.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is I understand that Ruggs is high on your board, but your receivers right now I believe are Darius Slayton, who came on for great year last year, better than expected. Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate, you paid a lot of money, or more money than, I would have. But so I understand wanting to add Henry Ruggs because he's higher on your board and it's good value there. At the same time, I really like Andrew Thomas, and I just think it's more of a need, especially if I understand wanting to add a receiver in this draft. I really do. But it's an all-time deep wide receiver draft. So I think you need to go get your tackle there with all the receivers available later in the draft.
I also think that a lot of times, this is not an indictment on Andrew Thompson more as much as it is just on rookie tackles, the bust rate for offensive tackles, especially that is one of the highest bust rates that we see in the league. You see a ton of first round guys just not pan out at that position because they can lose their confidence very easily. If they don't they lose their confidence very easily. I saw this with Eric Flowers, right?
Right. Well, Eric Flowers, now that he's moved to guard for the Redskins, is actually panning out pretty well.
Yeah, he's on the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's on the Dolphins, right? Yeah. He had a good season at guard.
But still, I know, but still, he was the worst offensive lineman in the league, and we picked him at 9th overall. So it's even though I understand that's always gonna that's always gonna stick with you. Same thing with not going corner, Eli Apple, those 2 positions, although they are 2 of the most important positions, and when you hit on those picks, they pay off a lot. But there's just so many times where they don't pay off. And I just would rather go with a guy that I think is going to be a surefire starter, surefire good solid player in the league, as opposed to somebody that I'm not sure is going to be that great in pass protection.
Right. And I understand that given the history of the Giants and drafting a lineman in the first round. And like you said, Ruggs is kind of can't miss. I do think though, so if for your reasoning, if it was, say, Mekhi Becton here, I would completely understand that. But I think Andrew Thomas is probably the safest out of every. He might not have the highest ceiling, but I think he's got the highest floor out of these top linemen.
I think Jedrick Wills is the highest floor. I think that
Okay.
the fourth pick, going back to the fourth pick when I picked Isaiah Simmons, it was also like just thinking like what like more of like what do I think like the Giants are going to do? Because personally, I understand the value. Like I kind of wish I kind of went back. If I was thinking about Wills a lot, that was like the other guy.
Yeah.
And if I were to take somebody else, it would have been Wills
Mhm.
there. But like Simmons also just brings like another
Simmons is going to
he just
transform
brings
that
something
defense.
else to it. He's gonna bring something else to their defense. And we moved to a hybrid scheme this past year as opposed to just like a base 3-4. So now we're running a hybrid, and we're going to be running a lot of different packages and whatnot. And Joe Judge always preaches versatility, and that's perfectly describes Isaiah Simmons. So I think
I guess
from
that makes a ton of
that
sense.
perspective, like
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't
you
mind
don't have
Simmons
to-
at 4. I don't. I
You
like I
don't-
said, I'd probably. If I was Dave Gettleman, well, if I was
And he's
okay,
not
I
a
won't say
linebacker.
if I was running the Giants, I would definitely use my first pick on a lineman. But Simmons, the thing that salvages it, I think for you, because I think I give both picks Bs, is that both players that you've selected, even though they're not O linemen, they're both can't miss players. They're both high floor guys that like
I value that more than the position.
right. That have skills that are going to translate right away. So I do applaud you there. You got a lot of good talent, young talent coming to your team.
All right, John, do you have anything you want to add on the Giants draft, taking Ruggs and Simmons?
Yeah, I thought Simmons, he's going to be a cornerstone piece for that defense. As I mentioned earlier, the Giants' defense is kind of all over the place, and I think he'll bring some stability. And I think the Giants will definitely draft heavy defense in later rounds.
Yep. So that's all we got for the day, guys. This is the end of day 1 of round 1. So we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to have day 2 of round 1.
Closing words or anything?
Well, I have one thing to say. Another trade might go down that has me trading back into the first round.
Okay. Hey, I mean, we'll be on the phones. Call me Rap Sheet. Call me Adam Schefter. We'll be on the phones. Just let us know. Keep us tuned in.
I'm going to need a nice hiatus in the morning, though. I've been doing this for about 4 hours now, dealing with this.
I'm going to be up at 3 a.m. No, I'm kidding.
At the end of the day, I had a lot of fun. I think we established something special, and I think I really hope the people on YouTube really embrace this and really enjoy what we did. I think at the end of the day, we laid out there a really good product for you guys, and I hope you enjoy. Smash that like button. Please subscribe to Tim Hot Takes.
Subscribe to Tim's Hot Takes and follow on Instagram. All these guys too. JWP Football, All CFB Network. What we got here? Cowboys Field, Browns Culture, all of them. We'll drop all their ads in the description here. So,
hey, appreciate y'all setting this up for us.
Hey, of course.
Yes, sir.
It's been fun.
I mean, at this time of uncertainty, it's not like we have anything else better to do. But at the same time, we want to give you guys something fun and interactive. And I think this is definitely a good step in that direction. That's all we got, guys. On behalf of John and Tim, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. And I think it's something fun to do. And at the end of the day, I had a lot of fun with this. And I hope when we go to the draft, you'll carry some stuff into here. No matter how unrealistic this draft was, like Detroit falling that far down, that won't happen. Eric Fisher probably won't be traded. But at the same time,
Yannick Ngakoue is not going to the Green Bay Packers. But hey,
at the end of the day, we just had some fun. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on day 2 of round 1 tomorrow. That's all we got. See you guys later.
Peace out, y'all.